Hello guys, in this video I will be speaking about tools and how we can use every tool. First of all, I will come to format to set up my drawing limits and units. In units you have length and angle. The length type on decimal or architecture engineering, this is up on to you what you will choose. We work on decimal. Angle, decimal degrees of course. Precision represents the number after the 0 with the length, and this one with the angle. I will just keep it like that. I choose 0.0. And also we have millimeters in insertion scales, that's very good. And lighting units for specifying intensity of lighting, international, it's okay. Now I will set up my drawing limits. I wanted A3 paper size. I will just put the dimension of A3 paper, 0, tab 0 on keyboard, enter, and here 297, tab 420. This one is the x-axis and this one is the y-axis, so we have a perfect A3 paper now. Now I will start with the lines. I will click on the screen. As you can see, you can find two numbers. One of them represents the length of the line, like I will input 13, and if I press tab it will come to the angle of the line. As you can see, if I move it, it is just moving the angle of the line. So I will input angle of 25, enter. Now I will input angle of 0 with length of 16, tab to the angle, now 0. I will just normally make a fast line to close it. Now I will come to polyline. What is a polyline like? I will just make a shape. It just works just like the normal line, as you can see, but the different, this will be a one body and this one will be separated. If you want to break this body, if I click on the body here, if I want to unselect it, I just input exit on the keyboard. Now if I want to break this body, I come to modify, break at point, I choose the body, I click here, as you see it has break the body into two parts, and that's how we make with every point, and we get just like it just like a normal line. Now if I want to connect all these lines together, like when we make it first time with the polyline, I come to modify and I click on join. Now it's just a one body line. Now I will come to circle. As you can see, we have radius center diameter, and with points, making circle with points, 2 points and 3 points, tan radius and tan. I will just click on this center radius. I will input 12, and that's how we make circle in snapping. Now I will come to diameter center. If I input 12, this is the half of the radius center, as you can see. And we have by point, circle by point. If I click on this point, this will make a perfect circle between these two points. And here we have a 3-point circle. As for example, I input here and here, and this is the end point, the third point, and just click it. We have a circle, something like this, a perfect circle between these 3 points. I will come to tan radius circle. Now I will click here and here and choose 4.4, for example. We get this circle. connected between these 2 points as close as it's possible. It's perfect circle connecting with this line and this center, and you can make it also between two circle and two lines. Now I will come to tan radius. We can select this between three circles or with line or circles. Like for example, I click here and click here and click here. I get perfect circle between these 3 points. I will come to arc now. As you can see, the arc is a curved lines. Like I will click here, the third point is the end point. It helps us to make something like decors and things like that. We have a different type. Here we have the start, center, end. Like I will make it start, this is the center and this is the end. That's how it will be curved. Also we have a start center angle, and here we have start center length, start end angle, start end, and now we choose the angle as you see it. We have start end direction. Every one of these make another job. We will use some of them in our designs on the next videos. We have a continue curved lines. In fact, I like that one. It's a cool thing. Now I will come to draw. In draw we have this shape, which is spline fit. You can make the spline line by this and completely one by another. It helps you to make a decor and things like this, and we finish it something like a weird shape. Here we have a spline CV. As you can see, it gave us something similar to the spline fit, but I like this one better because it's clearly showing us the direction and it's optimized. Also we have here construction line. As you can see, we can make it horizontal and vertical. And we have ray, something like a row. It goes infinitely for a one side. And we have this many tools. It helps us to make different shapes. Now we have here something hatch. If I choose it and click here, this place will be hatched like that. And hatch also have its own options. Like for example, it's showing me now I can change the type of hatch, solid or pattern. You just can play and choose different hatch. And here we have something like, for example, if I want to make a perfect rectangle, I come here and input here 20, tab 20, and I just get a perfect square. And also I can control its size. Here we have a polygon. How we can make it? We have now 4 points. for example, if I want to put 6 points, enter, inscribe it in circle, because this will represent the mid of the polygon that I am making, which have a 6 points. Now I click on it. If I want to make 3-point polygon, enter, describe in circle. Now I have a triangle. Here we have in the modify panel, we have move and copy. Like for example, if I want to move this object, I will just come to move, select, enter, I just can move it. Control Z, go back, Control Y, go redo, and Control Z, undo. We have copy. Now if I click on this, enter, I can copy from here, grabbing this point to this point, for example. And also we have stretch, something like similar to the move. We have rotate, and enter, we can rotate a body. If I want to repeat the last command, I repeat, rotate. We have mirror, enter, we can mirror it, like for example from this side. As you can see, it's a perfect mirror for the body in the angle of 0. When you enter and click, this will give you a choice for deleting the source object or keep it. No, because I want to keep it. If I want to delete the source object, like for example, I will mirror it here, click, yes. So as you can see, it has been deleted, the source object. And now here we have trim. If I click on it, and I can choose body, but I usually input enter on the screen, it's better and easier. I click, I will trim it from here. But if I trim this, as you can see, this side of the body can't be trimmed because it's a whole object now. So I enter here and click on it, press delete by keyboard, and that's how the trim works for every other. Now I will speak about the array. I have rectangular array, path array. I will just explain about rectangular array and polar array. Now for example, I will make circle first, and I will click on rectangular array, click on the object, enter. So this is the option, like if I want 7, they are 7. If I want rows 1, enter, I have 1 rows now, and this represents the distance between the columns. Like I will make it, for example, 17. As you can see, it gets shorter, and this make all these arrays connected as one body, but I don't want right now. I will close array. I will come now for the polar array. I click on the object, enter, I choose a point, like I want to polar in here, and that's what we get. If I want to increase the number of items in the array, 7, it gets 7, and this represents the distance between the array. This is the row, I don't think you will be using it. Yeah, it's cool. And this is the distance between the rows, and this is the total. Like will be 10 for example. As you can see, the distance gets shorter in the center point. I enter here, and that's it. We get the polar array. Now I will speak about explode. Like for example, if I choose this body, explode, it will be separated from every point into one piece. And here I have fillet. If I click on it in the screen, it's like showing the distance, offset distance. I will specify it like 10, enter. I click on this body or this one, and this will offset it by 10 point. I just click, that's it. If I want to offset this one too, just click, and that's how it works for everybody. Also it works with circles. Something pretty good. And this is erase. You can delete an object by it. Click on object and click on this one, enter. They will just get deleted. And here we have text. If I want to make text, for example, this is the text bar, I will write like Arif, and I can choose different things like for style, and make it bold or italic, put a line between them, make it smaller and bigger, down, upper, everything is capital here, everything is small, but I will just keep it in the way I make it. Change the line type, for example like this, to put it in the center or mid-center. Here we have number it, for example number, letter, point, start, continue. I will just go back, and also we have all of them. I will put it in the center. Columns, no columns. This will show the whole triangle. Symbol, degree. I am not going to use any one of these symbols. Field, and that I can put some fields here, for example. Yeah, and you have different type of fields. There is a lot of things. Spell check, like for example, that is the edit dictionary and tools, all caps, import text. I like it like that, and I would click on it. Here we have the dimension. Like if I want to calculate the distance between two lines or 2 points, like now it calculated for me 97.69, but it looks too big for the bodies, so I want to make it smaller. For example, I come to dimension and dimension style, modify. Here I put it ISO standard, and now I will make it 0.5 or 1.5. I click on it. Wait, here I can change the text color, for example red, and here the field color green. and this is the style. Also there are many different things: arrows, text, like the lines of the dimension. As you can see, I like it this way. I will click OK and close. I will use it again. As you can see, it has been changed. I will click here and here, and that's the line. And if I want to dimension a circle, I come to dimension liner, aligned arc, coordinate, radius, and it will just give me the dimension of this circle. Here have also something about dimension, I think. Yeah, from here you can choose the type, just like this one. And we have tables, like for example, if I want the columns 3 and data rows 4, and I can change many things, like for example, and modify it: color, line weight, line type, and color red, for example, or blue, double line. I click OK, close, OK, and now we have this beautiful table. I can write, for example, here marks, and here the name Ali, Ahmed, and that's how it's going on. Here I will write 20 and 30, and that's how for the other ones. Also we have some of extra things here. All of these are connected to these things. In modify we have a few different things, but also they are a part of these things. And this, we have here layers. I don't like to work from here, so I click on layer properties. From here it's easy and clear. If you want to add a new layer, for example, just add a new one. If you want to delete it, you choose this one. If you want to make this layer active, or this one, you just click like that. Now from here we can change the color of this layer, for example green, and line type, load, what kind of line you want to work with, and I click on it, OK, and I have a hidden type line. Line weight, for example, very thick. And now transparency, I don't want transparency. Transparency, it's like, for example, I will put now 19. OK, and if I press here and make it on this side, so it's like opacity and transparency. You can't see it very clear because the transparency is 19. If I make it 0, you can go back and see it again. And from here we have new group filter. You can make groups. Also from here, new property filter. You don't want to play on in here. And that's the layers. You can insert things from another programs, or create things. And here we have properties. It's something like layer properties. If I press on this and I have choose, for example, this layer, I will choose it. If I click here, and here it will apply the properties of this layer into this object into this object, for example. Also, if I choose it and click on this and apply it to this layer, it will apply the properties of this object into this one, or you can say by layers. Here we have group. Like for example, I want to make these 3 objects in one group. I will press group. Now as you can see, they are in one group, and also I can move it. All of them will move together. If I want to break the group, it's just has been break now. If I click on the green one again, and here we have the measure, quick measure, distance measure, radius measure. For example, this is something like dimension. As you can see, it will calculate the distance from here to here, or radius, angle, area. It's on your choice. And here we have the calculator. If you, for example, designing a complicated object, you can calculate the numbers here and get the result. For example, now equal 419. You have everything in the calculator. It's scientific, units, conversion, variables, number pad. And this one, select all objects on the screen. Here we have quick select by layer. For example, it will select the layer that I choose it, and here the copy, paste and base. And also we have these parts: insert, annotate, parametric, view, manage, output, add-ins, collaborate, express tools. These are not very important, and this one is similar to the annotation here. And we have, like I said in the beginning, new. If I want to open a new file, to open an old file, for example, I have saved it, and we have save as. I can export this file. For example, if I want to export it for desktop, I will just click the name AutoCAD, for example, and yeah, and I don't want to view it. That's it. And we have edit, cut, copy, all the tools that we can use it in by mouse clicking, right click on the screen. Also in objects, it will give another choices. If I have selected an object, also we have view, pan, zoom. All of this we can make them by mouse. And format, I have speak about every one of these. Now this video will end here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. On the next video I will begin with my first example in 2D.